Wow, seemed to do a good job on those long hairs. Hello everyone, it's just a dad. So is the Mova S10 Plus the best budget robot vacuum cleaner you can buy? I bought this for $230. I wasn't paid for this video and I'm not sponsored. So this is gonna be my honest review on this S10 Plus. And I can tell you, at $230, this is an amazing robot. You get LiDAR navigation, you get an onboard water tank that's easy to fill up, you get a dustbin, very large dustbin. It's going to go around and vacuum your house. It's going to auto empty the dustbin out the bottom. And when it docks, it's going to suck everything out of that dustbin into that dust bag right there. And that dust bag is super easy to replace about every 3 months. Number one thing is I love LiDAR navigation. It does have the bumper technology. I love physical buttons, and it does have a sensor to help with obstacle avoidance. I also love that it has a carpet sensor. So when it senses carpet, it can raise this mop pad 7 millimeters. It's got the single brush roller. You can replace that with a hair cutting brush roller made by Dream. About an extra $50, but it does have like a little knife that cuts hairs. This one does okay with long hairs. Charging connection, fall off sensors, drive wheels. Side brush turns but doesn't extend. Now the mop pad holder doesn't come off, but to take the mop pad off, you just slide it off. So you're gonna have to physically take the mop pad off to clean it because it's gonna go around your house and capture the dirt. So you will have to take that off every time. And you do have to flip the robot over to take that off. So you wanna protect that LiDAR navigation. This thing does move, and it does have a water pump that squirts water down. And you can squirt, it's got like 0 to I think like 30 levels of water. That's very nice. So let's tell it to start cleaning this world famous testing grounds. We've got corner cleaning, we've got dried on muddy paw prints, we got an obstacle that's kind of tall, we've got muddy paw prints, we got lots of long hair. We're gonna see how it does in this area. We've even got a cable on the ground. Those are super hard to identify. And I also love the Mova app. We've got lots of capabilities here. It mapped my house in about 10 minutes. I can separate the different rooms. There's so much functionality with this Mova app. I absolutely love it. I can have a vacuum only, mop only, vacuum and mop, or I can customize each room. Now I will put a link to this in my show description notes. Again, if you purchase it using my link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to do these honest reviews. I review robot vacuum cleaners for a living. I buy them with my own money, and I can tell you exactly what I think of them. I love this Mova S10 Plus. And the main reason is price. $230, mop lifting, vacuuming, auto empty base station, a great user interface app. This is a win-win. Okay, we're gonna clean this corner test. I've got it on vacuum and mop. We're gonna do 3 passes. Let's start cleaning. Okay, it's gonna undock itself. It's gonna travel to that room and start cleaning. Now those cables can be pretty hard to identify. It does look like it's sort of identified it, and it's turning away from it. That's a really hard obstacle to identify and avoid. Now it might be just because that little loop is sticking up, and it is getting pretty close to it, but I do like that it does identify it. And it does have the mop pad down, and it is mopping. Next, we're gonna have some long hair coming up. Yeah, I would like it to stay a little farther away from that cord. It is identifying this cable and staying away from it. Now it's going to have that twisting motion because in the settings I've got it set to get right up next to the wall using a twisting motion. Boy, it's taking those long hairs in and sucking them up. Wow, it's doing a really good job in the corner. And again, we've got that twisting motion so that it can get its mop pad right next to the wall. Next up, some more long hairs. Wow, seemed to do a good job on those long hairs. And what it's leaving behind is a relatively clean area. We're going to see if it comes back on the second pass and gets the rest of that. That's pretty incredible. I'm absolutely amazed how well it's cleaning that floor. Next up, the muddy paw prints and an obstacle that's a little bit taller. It should try to get, this is really dried on mud, so it'll struggle with that a little bit. Now it can travel under some furniture. And there's the mop pad. Here we are back at the Mova app. I can see exactly where it's cleaned so far. Okay, looks like it is still traveling around of that. Oops, looks like it's taken off in a different direction. There's the dried on mud. So it traveled to this corner, so now it can do its back and forth motion. All right. Now it is struggling with this mud a little bit. That's a pretty big mess. But I do have it, it's gonna do 3 passes. All right, it's starting to get it. Now for everyday mopping, this is gonna be an excellent robot. If you've got a really tough, dried, tough stain, it could be a little bit of a challenge. So it is sensing that obstacle right there and trying to go around it. But in doing so, it's spending more time on that dried mud. It's actually doing really good on the dried mud. But it does get pretty close to an obstacle. I do wish it kind of went a little farther away from it. Okay, it's back to cleaning in straight lines now. It's got two more passes on that mud there. Okay, it's doing the second pass, and I love that on the second pass, it does the perimeter of the room also. So it's gonna go around and do the perimeter of the room, and then it's gonna go back doing the straight lines, but this time it'll go this way. But I love the fact that on the second pass, it's hugging the walls, doing the perimeter of the room. Some robots do not do that. Okay, it's coming up on the second cleaning. The Mova S10 Plus. There was a little bit left after the first pass. That is absolutely incredible how well it cleans this floor. There's the little bit that's left, but that is incredible. That was a big mess. Okay, now it's doing the second pass on the muddy paw prints in the opposite direction. Not too bad. Maybe on the third pass it's going to get it. That was a really big mess. Okay, it's on its third pass. Even the third pass, it went around and did the perimeter of the room first. Now it's going to go in this direction again. All right, it's got a little bit more to go. Wow, that is really, really good. That was a really tough muddy stain. Wow. Yep, that's pretty good. It got this room 90% clean. That was a really tough muddy stain. The dried on mud, it got actually a little bit better. Got almost 98% of the corner, got all the long hairs. Obstacle avoidance was relatively good, but I'm super impressed with this Mova S10 Plus. Okay, this is absolutely amazing how well it's cleaning. Now, the one thing I can see already is you're gonna have to flip the robot over to take the mop pad off. But man, $230. This isn't amazing. This is absolutely a budget-friendly robot that's gonna do a great job in your house for that price point. That's what I can't get over. And I didn't think much of the twisting function when I was setting it up, but I love it. It's gonna use more battery. This room is almost spotless. Look. Floor is squeaky clean. I mean, that's pretty hard to get up, and it was on 3 passes. This is definitely an A+. It's already got my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. We'll do some vacuuming on carpet.
Returning to the dock to charge.
You know, there's still a bunch of water in the dock. You know, this is interesting. I've noticed this on Dream. When it goes back to the dock, if it senses carpet, it'll go around it because it knows its mop pad is dirty. That is the small details that make all the difference. I was over at my mother-in-law's house, and she has a big area rug right around her dock, kind of like this. And I was over there, and I'm like, oh, why isn't it going straight to the dock? And I didn't think much of it, and then that's what it is. Excellent. And they don't promote that. Like, I just had to learn that. All right, we'll check the auto empty system. We'll check for long hairs. Let's just pause it real quick.
Paused.
I hate to open that up. We'll check it afterwards, and we'll flip it over afterwards. Now, it didn't show any obstacle. Look at that cleaning pattern. And it did run that cable over on the third pass. It finally ran it over. And it doesn't identify obstacles. Okay, here goes.
Start auto empty.
That is a little loud, but that's okay. I highly recommend one of these seat cushions. You're going to be flipping this over quite a bit. All right, let's undock it. Look at that. There's a ton of water left, and I turned the water up really high. Wow, it auto-emptied everything. I can tell there's a few, oops, let's stop. There's a few long hairs. We'll check it out. But let's do the flip. I'm excited. I got to flip it onto this. Wow. You know, That's not bad. That's bad. But you can upgrade this for $50 more, which is like a third of the robot. You can get one that cuts hairs. It's made by Dream. And again, interestingly enough, this robot did say manufactured by Dream. They do share some manufacturing facilities. But anyway, look at that. That's incredible. But now you're responsible for doing this. Okay. I do suggest getting probably an extra one. This is you throw this in the laundry. That's pretty incredible. I do wish this, like, some of them, they've got little things and it just slides off, and you can slide this off whenever it's docked. So you are going to have to turn this over. Unless I am missing something. I don't think I am. Anyway, absolutely amazing. So this video was just a clip out of my hour-long detailed review on it. I absolutely love the Mova S10 Plus. It's got a Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. I've got another video that shows how to clean carpet. I've got the full 1 hour how to set it up, first look, first cleaning. I knew when I unboxed this was gonna be a good robot. I do wish the mop pad had a thing that the base slid off. You do have to kind of flip the robot to pull the thing, but you'll get used to that. But for this price point, $230, absolutely amazing buy. Love it. This is a win-win. There's so many wins here. Operating system, that means user interface is gonna be good. Easeability, setting it up. It actually vacuums, it actually mops. LiDAR navigation, it has some obstacle avoidance for the price. You know, that's an A+. For that price, that's an A+ obstacle avoidance. Over here, these are more expensive Roombas. These are a no-go. I've got the 705, the 205, and the 105. They do things so differently, and they are just not as advanced. Eufy's kind of in line. The Eufy C10, the Eufy C20 might be a competitor for this one, but for the Eufy C20 is like $400, so it's not a competitor price point. And here's the more expensive robots. I'm really starting to concentrate on the sub 300 level, $300 ones. I've got the Q8 Max Plus. It's got the mop pad that just detaches, but this one doesn't raise and lower the mop pad. So, difference. I like that though. So I really do appreciate everybody's support. I'm gonna do some different things here. So there's my corner cleaning. I put a little sign in it. That corner cleaning, if you check some of my Instagram and TikTok videos where I just show that corner, it's pretty cool. I had no idea that corner would be so popular, to see how well they clean. And it does say a lot about a robot. Not all the time, but people really do want to see robots clean corners. So I'm gonna do some fun stuff in that corner. I'm gonna get a sign, world famous corner cleaning. Corner. Anyway, might get a projector put on the ceiling that shines my logo on the floor. Any other ideas? I'd really appreciate it. I love having fun. I mean, this YouTube channel is so much fun. Buying signs, sticking them on the floor, sticking stickers on robots. It doesn't get any funner than this. I love what I do. This would not be possible without everybody's support. I just really, really appreciate everybody's support. This is our channel. I look at comments, not every single one, but the latest robot ones, I look at those, I listen. Some of the robots I've bought are only because of comments. I'm just so appreciative. I learn so much in the comments. Like we're having discussion now on the E28. There's that little chamber underneath the robot. What's it for? I don't know. People are telling me, we're kind of figuring it out in the comments. So lots of fun. I want to be your go-to for robot vacuum cleaners. Format's going to change a little bit different. I'm realizing that I've reviewed so many robots now that I don't want to say I'm an expert, but I can start at a different level. I don't have to start at a level like we got to see how this is going to go. Like I can start at a level where like, okay, I can tell this is going to be a good robot. And I could just tell with that. I could just tell. There was no doubt in my mind when I unboxed that. I could just tell. I don't know. I used to have so much doubt and then not really anxiety, but so much doubt and like, is this good? Is that good? But I have learned so much in the last 2 years about robot vacuum cleaners. I love it. I have a podcast now. I talk about them. And the whole idea behind this is to help people because I can't believe how confusing it is. And that's what made me get into a market of robot vacuum cleaners. I did coffee. I went hyper-focused on coffee for 2 to 3 years. If you look at my previous YouTube channel, what I saw with coffee is an area that was confusing, because when I got into coffee, it was confusing. And I'm like, well, if it's confusing for me, it's got to be confusing for a lot of other people. And sure enough, it was. Robot vacuum cleaners. I got into it, confusing. And so that's the reason behind my videos, to help people. Because right now, if you've got $300, you could buy an absolute piece of junk. You would have a horrible experience, you waste $300. Or you could spend $230 right now and you would absolutely, you're gonna love it for what you get. You didn't spend a bunch of money. You didn't spend $1,000. It's not, you got to do a little extra work. You got to put some water in the tank. That's no big deal. But your user interface is going to be good. You're not going to be messing with the app. You're not going to be, I just can't tell you. I have given Roomba so much of my time. The original Roomba robot vacuum cleaners, the J7, the i5, I wanted those to work so well. Because I thought that, well, this is the name brand. This is the Kleenex of robots. When I talk to anybody, I review robot vacuum cleaners. Oh, you review Roombas? Nope. I do, but they're not the ones to get. And nobody knows these names. Nobody knows Mova, Dream, Eufy. I mean, people do, but not widespread. I'm in the current process of doing a Roborock customer service call. It's going very well. It's time consuming because you can tell I'm talking to somebody in a different country. It's all through email. And so I email during the day, they email at night. I haven't got it resolved yet. I think we're on day 4, so be patient, but they seem helpful. I think they're eventually gonna replace that Z70. Again, thank you. I just can't say that enough. And I'm gonna share this list. I'm working on it. I got my whiteboard, my list of my robots. I'm just gonna share that information. I've been not really not wanting to share it, but wanting to share it in a way that I get credit, or I get commissions from the sale. I got to get this information out. People are supporting me. People try to use the links when they can. I appreciate all of that. But I think what's most important to me is just to get the list out. It's just going to be there available. I just don't know how to do it yet. Posting videos is one thing. Putting a website together, I don't know. I just don't know. So anyway, I'm working on it. I want to get the list out. I want to help people. That's the whole reason behind what I do. I love what I do, because the comments I get were when somebody buys a robot on my recommendation and they're like, I love this robot. Best feeling in the world. So again, thanks everybody. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks again.